Okay guys, sorry about that. I'm having to make this video by myself. My wife usually is the one on the other end of the camera, but she's not here right now, so y'all please forgive me. Those of you who don't know me, my name is Rooster, and I am one who's been posting a lot of videos on YouTube, on my YouTube blog, on different variety of subjects that strains from many different conspiracies and conspiracy theory stories, and in particularly this last week I've been putting a lot of videos on Whitney Houston and the death that surrounded Whitney Houston and what caused the death of Whitney Houston. I put many different points and many different issues and statements inside of my video. I put many different links to prove to you that Clive Davis is not just only responsible for just Whitney Houston's death. Even Clive Davis was even involved. It was even the handlers of many different other celebrities that have died, including Michael Jackson, the most recent death before Whitney Houston. And, excuse me, my nose is itching here. So, what I want to bring to y'all's attention is, first of all, I'm going to get the breaking news to all of you. Those of you who do not know what actually has been transpiring here in the last couple of weeks. First of all, Hollywood is wanting to make a new movie called Bodyguard, sequel number 2. They have now decided to use Jennifer Hudson as the replacement of Whitney Houston. Remember, I told you that they've been trying to promote her as the new Whitney Houston. They've been doing this since February the 10th, when Clive Davis was doing an interview with Piers Morgan on CNN. He was trying to promote Jennifer Hudson as the new Whitney Houston. But something even more disturbing than that, and I'll get with that here in just a minute. So there's something greater that you all need to see here, and it's much more sinister, much more demonic. It is extremely off the charts insane. In fact, it's almost like it's so surreal and unbelievable, but you're going to see tonight that the whole real reason, there's more than just one reason why Whitney Houston died. First of all, money is always the topic. It's always the biggest part of their game. But the other part of the game is that this was an Illuminati sacrifice. This was a blood sacrifice, and it was a blood sacrifice for a reason, not just only to kill somebody for the sake of just killing somebody for evil, for the sake of evil, but this particular death was actually a gift. It was an actual ceremony gift given unto the ruler who will rule the new mystery Babylon. Okay, this is all connected to the Super Bowl, and everything you've seen in the Super Bowl. This, what happened in this particular Grammy Awards, was even far much more wild. You couldn't even, you still don't, even now I still have trouble even, beating myself around this in shock. I mean, I'm literally absolutely shocked. Not that I didn't know it was going to happen, but even I knew that they were going to be doing this kind of stuff. I knew that the Illuminati are getting more bolder. They're getting more out there. They're starting to come out of their shadows. But this particular thing was even far much more sinister and demonic that you can ever imagine. But anyhow, besides that, let me go ahead and tell you real quick. Alright, first of all, I told you about they're going to make Whitney Houston the new Bodyguard sequel. They're going to make Jennifer Hudson take the place of Whitney Houston. And then I also want to bring to you all another attention here, is that Whitney Houston gave reports that to several different friends, and these several friends are starting to come out forward now and say that Whitney Houston knew that she was going to die. This was on the TMZ website and also on the Huffington Post, reporting the same exact thing, that Whitney Houston knew she was going to die. She was even saying she's tired. She's ready to see Jesus because she got tired of being afraid. Well, we do know that Whitney Houston was afraid. Even her own family was afraid for her life, and even Chaka Khan said that her own family was afraid for her life, and said that the media system is so demonic. We found out that Whitney Houston also gave an interview back in 2002, reminding the world and telling the world she was trying to tell everybody that Clive Davis was a threat to her, that Clive Davis was using mind control. She was trying to indicate that he was trying to force her to produce these albums because she already signed a $100 million contract with him, the largest in the music industry before ever even heard of, and he knew that she couldn't do it, but nevertheless, this is what he tried to do. And then she goes on forward saying that he used mind control. He was trying to use what they call the Svengali tactics on her mind, which means using hypnotic programming on her mind control, and trying to manipulate her into signing these contracts. Well, by using fear. She was trying to pull away from the industry, trying to get out of the industry, trying to get, trying to go live a normal life. But this man would not leave her alone. This man kept trying to threaten her, kept trying to come around after her, blah, blah, blah. You fill in the blanks. Now she's dead. Okay? But the indication is that she was trying to let everybody know that she was trying to get away from this guy. She even stopped showing up at all of his fundraisers and all of his tribute parties, and such as this most recent one, being inducted into the Hall of Fame. She wouldn't show up at this, and then all of a sudden she's back to making records because she knows she was needing money, but yet at the same time she knew that something was going to happen. She knew that she wasn't going to be able to get away from this guy. She knew that this guy is going to kill her. He's already got his mind on killing her. So why? Because when you already know that one of your clients is a washout, you know that the best way to do it, to continue making a big profit off of this client, even though you know you can never get her to legitimately produce any more albums, the whole idea is to go ahead and kill her, remove her, because she's worth more dead to Clive Davis than she is alive. He's benefiting off the charts, more money than you can even shake a stick on. So, but then also we found out that she also tried to cry out one more last time. This was in 48 hours before she actually died. She was actually trying to say to El DeBarge when she was hugging him, crying out to him, saying, I don't want to get high anymore. I want to stay clean. But this is what El DeBarge says. Now, the truth is I don't know what El DeBarge really truly said. If he did say this, is it possibly that he's protecting the Illuminati and what they were planning to do because the Illuminati is more powerful than El DeBarge? I have no idea. But they don't, if Whitney Houston was crying out and saying, I don't want to get high anymore, I want to stay clean, that sounds like the media jumped in there and added to what El DeBarge has said. The media was trying to damage control by making it look like she was just, that she wanted to just only get high and commit suicide and end it all. But that is not what I believe. I don't believe she wanted to die. There ain't nobody that goes into this industry wanting to die. But what we do know is we do know that Whitney Houston died as a, guess what? As a gift unto the Antichrist who showed up at the hotel. That's right, Barack Obama, your Antichrist, 44th president, shows up at 4:40 p.m. in the evening, the 4th day of the week. 4 days after Whitney Houston died, he goes and stays in the same hotel she dies in. And this brings back to the mind the 44th president symbology with the New York Giants, number 44, making that touchdown, sitting down on the American patriotism and the American dream, and as the new king, the new authority, taking authority over the Americas, which is when we see number 44 making that touchdown. The number 44 was a symbol that represented Barack Obama as the Antichrist. Okay, now, guys, I'm not a very big believer in the Bible. I'm not. I'm going to be truth with you. I don't believe in secular Christianity. But I do believe that the Illuminati are trying to duplicate, replicate, go by exactly by every statement, every point made in this particular Bible. In other words, you're using the Bible as a blueprint. 434, which is which is Whitney Houston's room. If you remove the 3, what do you have? 44. Okay, 44 is representation. Also, it is 7 both ways. There's a 7. You can look at it, and they call this a what is the word for it? Parabellon or something like this. But either way you look at it, it shows that this is a blood sacrifice. That she needed to die as a blood sacrifice. Honorable gift unto the Antichrist who comes to rule. I found this also very strange that Barack Obama shows up there 4 days after she dies in the same hotel. But according to this report, it's likely that the advanced staff and members of the Secret Services were in the hotel on the day that Houston died. And Barack Obama arrived at the hotel several days before the Secret Services arrived there several days before the president stayed there. But what's interesting is, if the Secret Services were there on the day that Whitney Houston died, this right here tells me that they had organized to make sure that no one gets into this hotel to protect Whitney Houston. They made sure that everyone stays away from this woman's body. They made sure the coroner stayed away from this woman's body. Why? Because she was a special gift to a special person to their secret society. She was a gift in blood to the coming Antichrist. Guys, this is more real than you think. This ain't a joke. This ain't some madman that just sit up here and just decided, oh, I just want to go on this conspiracy buff. No, guys. This is not what I wanted to do. Fact is in the pudding. Why did this man show up there? Why did they make this whole thing into a celebration? Why did they make this into a blood sacrifice, ritualistic, satanic, cultist, event? The whole entire week was an entire satanic cultist event. Why? Then you had Nicki Minaj's celebration on stage. You had Bruno Mars dressed in gold as a golden day of celebration. Dressed in gold while they were playing all of the harps. All the singers were considered angels that are harping their harps for the coming of the Antichrist. You got to look at all of this as a ritualistic event. Symbology is very, very important to the Illuminati. Each event is all very connected to one another. Now, tune in. I want to say this first of all. I want to say thank you all for paying attention to all of my videos and all of your comments. I wish I could address everybody. I wish I could get to everyone at one time. But I have read all of your comments. I want to make sure all of you understand that. I do want to make one particular point before I go. This is to a particular person who said that this is, called me biased. This is not a white thing, a black thing, or a Mexican thing. This is not about a color of skin. This is about a life and death situation that involves every mankind on the face of this planet because of the fact we are being ran over by a very demonic, a very horrific and malice group of people who cares nothing more but to destroy our lives. Guys, they don't have passion for human life. These are madmen that are controlling the system. You can see it in their symbologies and all of their music and all of this. So don't look at me and call me biased when I sit up here and say that Whitney Houston was being murdered because of the fact she was a blood sacrifice. Don't call me biased because I said Jennifer Hudson was put into place for Whitney Houston and they were promoting her instead of Whitney Houston and shitting all over Whitney Houston and wanting to put her down because she was a washout, because she no longer can produce for Clive Davis anymore. So Clive Davis, in order to get more money off of her, even though she's a washout, was to kill her, was to go ahead and get her out. But Clive Davis was involved in many different deaths, guys. Many different deaths. He was involved in Michael Jackson's death. Why? He was his handler. If you go do the research of all of these handlers, record label companies, they all come back to Clive Davis. It don't matter if it's Janis Joplin signing with RCA. RCA is owned by Clive Davis. It doesn't make a difference if you go to Michael Jackson's Epic Records. It don't make a difference if you go to his Legacy Records entertainment company. It's all owned by Clive Davis through Sony Entertainment. It all comes back to Clive Davis, Janis Joplin. All of them all come back to Clive Davis. This man is killing off celebrities. And he's using paparazzi to destroy their lives. He's using hitmen to kill them. He's a very, very demonic man, and he needs to be investigated. He needs to be brought to justice. He needs his whole crime organized syndicates need to be put in prison. They need to be investigated, guys. They need to be stopped of killing innocent people. They need to be stopped. Where money should never be over the value of human life. None. These people shouldn't get away with assassinating innocent people who can't meet the demands of the music industry. Killing them doesn't solve the issue. It's a crime. And we need to address that. And we need to make sure, we need to stop being afraid of that. We need to make sure that we get these people brought to justice. By saying that, guys, thank you all a lot. And I will get back and address with you all later on. I hope that you all make all the comments. Oh, by the way, everything I discussed now will be here on this video, right below in the information section, that you'll see all of this information. All you have to do is connect all of the dots, put them all together, and you'll see that it is exactly just as I had mentioned today. it is a blood sacrifice gift unto the new coming of the Antichrist.